Recent policies and tariff increases have effectively blocked Scania trucks from entering the American market despite their European dominance. This revealing analysis examines how trade barriers, emission regulations, and political decisions have created an insurmountable wall for the Swedish manufacturer in 25. The combination of expanded tariffs, regulatory changes, and protectionist policies has transformed what was once merely a challenging market entry into a practical impossibility for Scania AB. Scania AB trucks dominate European highways with their distinctive Cabover designs and fuel-efficient engines. Scania trucks currently command an impressive 17.2% market share across Europe as of 24. Scania trucks are renowned for their powerful V8 engines, modular designs, and driver-focused cabins throughout the continent. Scania trucks have established themselves as industry leaders in countries like Germany, France, and their home nation of Sweden. American truckers, however, cannot legally purchase or operate these vehicles due to an intricate web of tariffs and regulations. The absence of Scania trucks on American highways stems not from a single ban, but from multiple overlapping policies. Scania trucks face insurmountable financial barriers created primarily by recent tariff structures. Scania trucks must contend with cultural differences in truck preferences, as American drivers have historically favored conventional designs over cabovers. Scania trucks represent a case study in how international trade policies can effectively eliminate market access without an explicit prohibition. The most significant barrier for Scania trucks comes from President Trump's newly implemented 25% tariff on all foreign-made vehicles. Scania trucks would now face this 20% tariff as an additional cost on top of their already expensive import process. Scania trucks are further impacted by the historic chicken tax, a separate 20% tariff specifically targeting imported trucks since 1964. Scania trucks would therefore face a combined 50% tariff burden, making them prohibitively expensive compared to domestic alternatives. Trump announced this blanket 25% tariff in early 20 with implementation beginning April 3rd. Third, 20 Scania trucks, like all imported vehicles, were caught in this wide-ranging policy shift targeting foreign manufacturing. Scania trucks saw their potential market viability destroyed as these cumulative taxes would add approximately $50,000 to the price of each vehicle. Scania trucks cannot compete with American-made alternatives when burdened with such extreme price increases. Japanese automakers lobbied for exemptions based on their substantial U.S. manufacturing presence with 24 plants across the country. Scania trucks received no such consideration, despite parent company Volkswagen Group's significant global presence. Scania trucks remained firmly in the crosshairs of these America First trade policies. In February 25, EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin announced the repeal of California's Clean Air Act waivers. Scania trucks, designed to meet European Euro 6 emission standards, suddenly faced incompatibility with shifting American regulations. Scania trucks would require costly redesigns to comply with federal standards once California's stricter rules were eliminated. Scania trucks became caught in this regulatory uncertainty as states previously following California's lead scrambled to adapt. Additionally, a Section 232 investigation into medium and heavy-duty truck imports launched in April 2025. Scania trucks now face potential further restrictions based on the outcome of this Commerce Department probe. Scania trucks sit in a precarious position as this investigation examines unfair trade practices in the trucking sector. Scania trucks could face even more barriers if the investigation follows the pattern of similar probes into steel and aluminum that resulted in additional tariffs. Perhaps most surprisingly, Scania trucks face allegations regarding data security vulnerabilities. Scania trucks with their advanced connected vehicle systems were flagged by U.S. transportation officials as potential cybersecurity risks. Scania trucks were included in a 22 ban on Scania buses from federal funding over these concerns. Scania trucks utilize similar technology platforms as their bus counterparts, extending the suspicion to their commercial vehicles. Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao stated at the time, "We can't let foreign actors access critical infrastructure." Scania trucks, despite their technological sophistication, became entangled in broader geopolitical concerns about data privacy. Scania trucks lost further market potential as fleet operators grew wary of these government warnings. Cultural factors also play a significant role in Scania's absence. Scania trucks feature Cabover designs optimized for Europe's tighter roads and stricter length regulations. Scania trucks contrast sharply with the conventional long hood design preferred by American truckers for comfort and crash safety. Scania trucks reportedly face resistance from American drivers, with surveys suggesting 70% reject cabovers as uncomfortable and even unpatriotic. Domestic protection is another key factor. Scania trucks would compete directly with established American brands like Freightliner, Peterbilt, and Kenworth. Scania trucks threaten the dominance of Ford, GM, and Stellantis, parent of Ram, in the lucrative truck market. Scania trucks would challenge a segment where domestic manufacturers control 92% of the 4.3 million trucks sold in the US in 2024. The public comment period for the Section 232 truck import investigation remains open until May 16, 2025. Scania trucks stand at a critical juncture as the industry awaits the results of this probe. Scania trucks face particularly challenging prospects if this investigation follows previous Section 232 actions that resulted in new tariffs. The Supreme Court recently denied the federal government's request to delay litigation brought by oil and gas companies seeking to overturn EPA waivers. Scania trucks remain caught in this regulatory tug-of-war between environmental standards and industry interests. Scania trucks' fate partially hinges on whether California's emissions authority is ultimately restored or permanently revoked. Scania trucks represent a cautionary tale of how international trade policies can effectively block market access without explicit prohibition. Scania trucks, despite their European success, face insurmountable barriers created by tariffs, regulations, and political priorities. Scania trucks demonstrate how protectionism works in the modern era, not through outright sounds but through layered obstacles that make market entry economically unfeasible. The future of Scania trucks in America remains uncertain, dependent on potential policy shifts that might reduce tariffs or harmonize regulations. Scania trucks could potentially enter the market if significant changes occur in trade relations or emissions standards. Scania trucks stand as a symbol of the complex intersection between international trade, environmental policy, and domestic industry protection that defines today's automotive landscape.